Hello everyone. Myself is ElAnandKumar and I work for Publicis Sapient. So I'll quote one of the presentation that we had recently and they were mentioning about micro front end, right? So I'm going to talk about that. Of course, I'm not prepared. So, but anyway, so we prepare we create the application like single page application which becomes like monolith, right? And behind that we have microservices which all of us are aware of. So what if we can have something similar at the front end? So that is where comes micro front end thing. So it gives us the benefit like we can deploy individually each app, small app. We can have less regression. Then build process of course can get more optimized, and it also gives us the leverage of having better A/B testing. Right. So what we can do with micro front end. So for example, in the talk they were talking about Lerna, right? So we can leverage the Lerna to build small applications, and it can build it at its own. It can have its own webpack and all, right? So it can create its own application. The one thing that I want to talk about is the build, right? So what if we can build the application, the small individual application, and deploy it to the cloud as a cloud function, right? So if we deploy it as a cloud function, what we can get? It can be rendered as a server side, right? And we can render it individually also in the browser. Or what happens is each developer can work on the individual application and they can deploy it, they can test it individually, and it can be available on cloud itself. When I say cloud, so like Firebase, this supports Lambda functions, right? So what you can do is it can scale it at automatically. So if your component being hit multiple times and if it needs more memory, it can scale automatically. You don't need to worry about how it is, behaving on higher loads. So that is one of the advantage, and that so how it can be stitched together. So we have Lerna, we have different applications, but how to stitch it? So there is come Tailor.js, if any one of you have heard about it. So we can use Tailor.js, which gives you the option to use fragments, and you can use fragments to turn on any part of application, small application into a page. If you want to insert one, insert it. If you want to remove it. Now, so for example, I have a home page and I have a header, footer, and the content area. Okay. So what we can do is we can have some kind of template engine, which where you can compose your page and you can enable any component, you can remove, you can add, and that template can be served at the server side. Like it can do aggregation of your page, do the server side rendering, and serve the page at the client side. Right. So it all becomes very easy to work like a Lego. So you can put one thing on top of other. So yeah, so cloud function is the thing, and aggregator Tailor.js. So you can, so one of the project we delivered on this also, it was not using Tailor.js, but micro frontend we did. But yeah, if you guys have any questions around this, we can talk offline. So I'm not prepared for these things, but yeah. So thank you so much.